Jealousy is an ocean, and you either float or you sink it. Moment of truth, credit check, you not approved. BB King, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finishing moves. Look, salute when you see me. Slid through all the commotion, it's breaking news, they got an ad on TV. Popping out on them on politicking, probably in a section where you not permitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted, playing all gold, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me, I bought her a CC and that was her purse. Disgusting with do for a purse, disgusting with do for the clout. I'm one of the realest, the realest could vouch. They thought I was done, but all that doubt, you gotta pay money.
It's Madden NFL 22, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Bengals and the Browns, and it's coming up next.
It's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The numbers for Mixon last week, 13 carries, 98 yards, and a score.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
They go with the empty set there, 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused.
Now Burrow loses the football.
lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now it's Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And in quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. First carry for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
What you got, huh?
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 22 carries, 93 yards, and a score.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense heading back out. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. of the gun. It's Burrow. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now Burrow. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. Touchdown, Bengals! Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Here's Cohen now to return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Oh, now back up. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns are back within a score. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. The Bengals on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Bengals on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Burrow will throw. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals 39.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that 1st down marker.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On 4th down, Herbert. And Sharp calls it in. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead. They snap it to Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Bengals.
Time to go to work.
Joe Mixon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. Now the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground. Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Open man right side is Ingram.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Burrow on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. Charles, it's the second quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as a quarterback, but like I said, it's the second quarter, so how worried right now are you?
You're concerned, but you're not panicked because you know there's...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sam Hubbard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. A give running right is Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Play action. It's Herbert. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Herbert off of play action. And connecting here with DJ Chark. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now this throw caught left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Dancing to his left. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to Miami a week ago, and they've got the lead right now as they come up with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Flush to his right. Room to run past midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. His throw incomplete. Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. 45.
Herbert. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengalsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And his throw is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. It's brought in by Harris. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First target, first catch, and a first down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Boyd. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Burrow looking to pass. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. A gain of 6 there on first. On second down, here's Mixon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And the Bengals on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. McPherson's kick is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. Now Joe Mixon. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. McPherson's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 33 yards that time.
I smell fear in that offense.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, they run with Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a
touchdown, Browns. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Cincinnati, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.